Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. So we're halfway through the month. I've been going really well with my pens. And to be honest, this is one of the few months, halfway point, I've still got the 6 original pens. I've refilled a couple of them, but I've refilled them with the same ink. I've actually quite enjoyed this idea because I've only had samples in. I've finished off 3 sample vials already, so that's been quite handy as well. So how have the pens been going? Well, our first pen, the Jinhao 992 with Robert Oster Caffe Crema. Nice pen, very nice to write with, very, very smooth. For $2, absolutely amazing. It's a bit on the short side. Posted though, it's quite nice. Quite enjoy this. I'd like it, hopefully you can see there, if the section was a bit wider. For $2, really, why would you complain? It's a good pen. I love the colour of the ink. I love the shading I see from the ink. I do like Robert Oster Caffe Crema. And yes, I know I've been using the sample. I do have a bottle of it as well. Pen number 2 for the month. I've actually finished this and I'm not going to refill it now. This is the Platinum Preppy. In there I had Lamy Crystal Benitoite. I actually quite liked it. The ink, it's a little bit, what's the word? Unsaturated, that's the best way to put it for me. I normally like quite saturated inks, where there's a lot of colour to it. But with this, yeah, not quite there. It's got that paleness to it. I'd sort of say it's a little bit watery. This is the 05, the medium or medium style nib. It was about $8. Again, $8. It writes really well. It's very smooth. It is possible to eyedropper it. I haven't, but you could eyedropper this. It's easy to put there. I use a converter. Now, one of the comments on one of my videos was saying you could use a cartridge and just refill that. Yep, completely. You could do that. I don't know. Maybe it's just psychological. I like to use converters. I do have a couple of pens, mainly my Clavicular Sports, where I have refilled cartridges. So I might try that. I think I've got a platinum cartridge somewhere. So when I do next use this, I might try that. Otherwise, nice pen. It's got more width than I saw with the 992. Let me just see if I can show you that. It's more comfortable to hold. Again, I need to use it posted. For what I paid for it, I ain't going to complain about that. That's so nice. We're jumping up a bit in price. I haven't got the prices in front of me, so it's about 15 Aussie dollars. This is the Jinhao 100. Or Jinhao 100 Centennial, shall I say. Let's give it a full name, shall we? Look at this gorgeous blue colour. I've got 3 Centennials, really nice. Enjoy all of them. I'm actually going to be filling another one in a few days. Still going to keep this going. I have refilled this. It's got Robert Oster Great Southern Ocean in it. Not sure what I think of the ink. I think it's like a blue-black ink. It's nice, but it's not an ink that excites me. Not so much the ink, it's the colour. Because other inks I've got that are a similar colour, I find equally, they do what I want. They let me write, but they don't really excite me. They don't grab me. Not like the Robert Oster Caffe Crema. I love using that. That really grabs me when I'm writing with it. Just turn the page. Here's my notes. I do try and take notes on my pens as I'm using them. So the next pen, the Majohn T5. This was about 27 Aussie dollars. This is the purple colour. I've only got this one, and this is purple. I love the dark purple of it, and then you get that pop of colour. Hopefully that's coming round as I speak. This one's a piston filler. The 3 pens so far, they've all been cartridge converters. It's got a little ink window. I've got to be honest, I struggle with this ink window. Maybe it's because I'm using dark inks. There's in here is Noodlers North African Violet, which is like a dark purple ink. I just can't see any level in here. I really struggle. And I think this pen's now out of ink. I was doing my writing with it this morning, and on rhodia paper, it was struggling. It's not just this pen. A lot of my pens struggle with rhodia paper, but this one was really bad. So much so, I ended up stopping using it, and I'm assuming because it was struggling so much that it's out of ink. So this will be getting washed out today. The fifth pen. This is the Majohn or the Moonman M800. One of my early purchases, I think this might have been maybe the 6th or 7th pen that I bought. Love it. Absolutely love this pen. I've got all 4 colours in this. That's how much I like it. Just look at this as I try, hopefully, to catch the light as I'm turning it around. The nib on here is a Moonman nib. It's a fine Moonman nib. You can get the M800 with a Bock fine nib as well. Again, we've got a cartridge converter in there. Now, one thing I will say, Moonman, they've shown they can make a T5 piston filler with a medium nib. The M800, very, very similar in shape. I'd love to see them take that technology they've used in the T5, use the M800 body, turn this into a piston filler, and also put the medium nib on there. Moonman, they're showing they can make medium nibs. They're showing they use medium nibs. Why not start putting them on the M800? I absolutely love the M800 though. It's one of my favourite pens, even after, over 2 years of ownership. My last pen for the month is about 40. Oh, I forgot to tell you the price. The price of the Moonman M800 or Majohn M800, that was 35 Aussie dollars. TWSBI Eco. I think this is a pen a lot of people, they've either got one, they've seen one, they've used one. About 45 Aussie dollars. It's a utilitarian pen. I've got to be honest, it just looks like a tube. That's what it is. It's just a tube with a nib. It's a piston filling pen. I love that we've got this demonstrator here. I love seeing the ink going around in this. Now this TWSBI, I've got a fine nib on it. I haven't used a fine nib on one of my TWSBIs for, I'm going to say about 18 months. I tend to use broader nibs, but I thought, let's give this a go. And I'm quite enjoying it. I'm surprised at that. I didn't think I'd like it. The only thing that I would say puts me off is I think I made the wrong choice of ink. In here, I've got Robert Oster Orange, which beautiful orange colour. Don't get me wrong. Really like the orange colour. I just think with a fine nib, it's just too pale for me. It's not that I dislike it. It's just it doesn't seem to pop off the page. So I think maybe if I was to do this again, I might use something more like Robert Oster Terracotta if I wanted an orangey colour. Or even that Great Southern Ocean we saw earlier. A darker colour, but one there's still some interest in the colour. So that's how I've been going with my pens. As I say, I haven't brought any in. With the 2 that I think have now finished, they'll be getting cleaned out. Hopefully later on today. Might not be today, might leave it till the weekend. And then that leaves me 4 pens, and I'm just going to run out the rest of the month with those 4 pens. So my talking point, this is really talking about a brand new series that I'm going to be running, and it's going to be starting on Sunday. That's Sunday, I think it's what's the date today? I've got to try and work my dates out because although this is going out on Friday, I'm recording it on Wednesday. So it goes out on the 14th. So starting on the 16th, Sunday the 16th of April 2023. Oh, I had to do date maths in my head. Not a good idea. I'm going to be trying a fountain pen tournament. So what I've got, I'm just going to hold this up. I will hopefully put it on the screen so you don't have to see me holding it. We've got a tournament here. I'm starting off with 8 pens. These 8 pens, they were chosen at random. So what I did is I exported all the pens from my database into a spreadsheet. I then used random.org to generate random numbers, and then whatever number random.org gave me, I went to the spreadsheet, found that row, and that was a pen that I put in. So that's given me this quite interesting combination. So heat number 1, that's going out on Sunday. Pen BBS 494 and Wingsung 601. Heat number 2, Pen BBS 487 versus the Hondian N8. Heat 3, this is an interesting heat, Pelican M205 versus Pilot Custom 823. So a bit of a battle of the big boys there, or certainly big priced boys. And then the final heat, that's the Just Turnings Enceladus, that's a handmade pen, versus the Jinhao 51A. So interesting combinations there. So the first 4 weeks, what we'll be doing is we'll be having every Sunday, we'll be having one of these combinations. At the end of the video, I'll be opening a poll on the YouTube community tab. So go to my YouTube page, go to the community tab, there'll be a poll there, and that's for you to pick which one you think should win. So I'm not going to be picking the winning pen. You'll be given the 2 options, and then you go and you vote for the one you want to win. 1 week after publication, I'll then go and we'll be looking at that poll, and whoever's in the lead, that will be the winning pen for that heat, and it'll go forward into the semi-final. What I'm planning to do is, when I'm actually working out which one's the winner, I'm either going to go live on YouTube. I've been playing around with that, so that's something I might try, or I'll do a YouTube short. I'm just not sure which way I'm going to go yet. I'd like to try the YouTube live, but as I say, it's an experiment, and I'm nearly there with my software that I want to use, so hopefully that's how we'll do it. So after the first 4 weeks, we'll go into the semi-finals. So that will be 2 weeks of semi-finals. There'll be 1 week where I have to wait, because I'm obviously waiting a week, so that means I'll wait a week to find out what the winning 2 pens from the semi-finals are. Then I need to schedule my recording, so there'll be a 1 week gap, and then we'll have the final. I'm actually quite looking forward to this. I've liked the idea of doing this type of tournament. It's something I've been working on it since, I want to say, about mid-November, just playing around the idea of how I want to do it. And I thought, about a month ago, I thought, right, it's time, let's commit, let's get it going. So it's something I hope you enjoy. I'd love to get your comments though. What do you think about this idea of a tournament? Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart a conversation on that. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.